Good morning, students. I am Sumit Sharma, your chemistry mentor. In the last class, we were discussing about the conductance. Today, we are going to start the third part of the electrochemistry, that is the electrolytic cell. Before we start, I would request you all please like and subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you will get all new uploads. An electrolytic cell is a device that converts electrical energy to chemical energy with the help of a battery. The anode electrode is positively charged and oxidation occurs on it, and the cathode electrode is negatively charged and reduction occurs on it. The first topic is the cases of the electrolysis. So first of all, what is electrolysis? Electrolysis is a process in which an electric current causes a chemical change, that is the conversion of electrical energy to chemical energy is called as electrolysis. There are mainly two ways in which analysis is done in electrolysis. One is the qualitative analysis that involves the study of the possible products formed at cathode and anode during electrolysis. And second one is the quantitative analysis that involves the study of the amount or moles or volume of the product formed at cathode and the anode during the electrolysis. First, we discuss about the qualitative analysis. To understand the process of electrolysis more clearly, first let us consider the electrolysis of molten salts. For example, electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. And the molten NaCl is an electrolyte, means free sodium ions and the chloride ions are present. So it conducts current with the help of the ions. As electric current is passed in the cell, chloride ions are attracted to the anode, that is the positively charged electrode, and the sodium ion to the cathode, that is the negatively charged electrode. Both ions are discharged at respective electrodes as follow. At anode, the reaction is 2Cl negative gives Cl2 gas plus 2 electron, and at cathode Na positive plus electron gives sodium metal. So overall reaction, that is 2Na positive plus 2Cl negative gives sodium metal plus chlorine gas. This type of cell is also called as electrolytic cell, and the basic difference between an electrolytic cell and a galvanic cell is that a galvanic cell produces electricity and an electrolytic cell consumes electricity. The importance of electrolytic cell is that they are widely used in isolation and purification of various elements and the gases. Now, the product of the electricity depends mainly on the following factors. The first factor is the electrode potential of various possible reactions at cathode or anode. Second is the over potential of gases with respect to the electrode at which they are liberating. Third one is the concentration of the ions to be oxidized or reduced in the solution, and last one is the type of the electrode, whether the electrode is reacting or non-reacting. It is also important to note that when the electrode is not mentioned, assume it to be a platinum electrode. So in the electrolysis of molten NaCl, sodium metal is formed at cathode and chlorine gas is formed at anode. The second is the electrolysis of an aqueous solution of sodium chloride. It is very important. In aqueous solution of sodium chloride, Na positive ion, Cl negative ion, H positive ion from the water and OH negative ion from the water are free to move for the conduction of electric current. When electric current is passed, Na positive ion and H positive ions are attracted to the cathode, and Cl negative ion and OH negative ions are attracted to the anode. The solution now contains 4 ions Na positive, Cl negative from NaCl and H positive and OH negative from the water, and there is a race amongst them for their discharge at their respective electrode. At cathode, more positive or less negative E0 value is preferred, and at anode, more negative or less positive E0 value is preferred. So, during the electrolysis of aqueous NaCl solution, the following electrode reactions are possible. At cathode, Na positive ion plus electron gives sodium metal, and the value of reduction potential is negative 2.71 volt. The second is the H2O plus 2 electron gives H2 gas plus 2 OH negative, and the electrode and the reduction potential is minus 0.83 volt. The reactions at anode are Cl negative ion gives Cl2 gas plus 2 electron, and H2O gives O2 gas plus 4H positive plus 4 electron. Thus, Cl gas is evolved at the anode by over voltage concept, while OH negative ions remains in the solution. Now, in this electrolysis, H2 at cathode and Cl2 gas at anode are given off. Now, question is that why Na positive ions and OH negative ions are not discharged? The reason lies in their reduction potential values. Clearly, the reduction potential of H2O H2 is more than Na positive to Na. Few points that are very important. First one is although Cl negative ion has a lesser tendency to discharge as compared to OH negative ion, as Cl negative lies below OH negative in the electrochemical series. At anode, still OH negative ion will not be discharged due to the concept of over potential, that is the extra potential required to initiate a reaction at a required rate. Formation of O2 from water is kinetically very slow reaction, thus OH negative ions will remain in the solution and Cl2 gas will liberated at the anode. Second point, the aqueous solution of NaCl will become alkaline due to the presence of OH negative ions after the electrolysis. And third one is in case of electrolysis of NaX, sodium halides, where X is bromide iodide, X2 will liberate at anode. But in case of NaF, that is sodium fluoride, oxygen gas will be liberated at anode. Now, these are the following factors govern the flow of electricity through a solution of the electrolyte. The first one is the nature of the electrolyte or the interionic attractions. Lesser the solute-solute interaction, greater will be the freedom of the movement of ions and higher will be the conductance. The second is the solvation of the ions. Larger the magnitude of solvation, lower will be the electrical conductance. Third one is the nature of the solvent and its viscosity, and the last one is the temperature. So this is all about the qualitative analysis, that is the electrolysis of molten NaCl and the aqueous NaCl. Thank you, students.